Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have a very kind of concerning issue coming out right now for anyone who might be interested or has already gotten their iPhone 15. Now, we're seeing some very viral news coming out right now that the iPhone 15 Max is having some horrible issues, throttling issues, heat issues, and a lot of other various things that people are now catching on to that have not been fixed or even addressed as of right this second. Now, if you guys do or do not know, our channel does do a decent bit of tech. We dabble, we do other stuff. We have been mainly on the console news, but well, in case you guys have missed it, I actually did go and end up ordering my own brand new iPhone 15 myself. I have the iPhone 15 Pro coming out in these next few weeks. We'll hopefully get it sooner rather than later, although with all this really big drama with this first wave, I'm kind of hoping I'll get a little bit later just so I don't have to deal with this kind of, well, issue going on with the iPhone 15 Pro. But a lot of folks are concerned, a lot of folks are, well, talking about it, so we're going to go talk about it ourselves. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below in case you guys want to follow. And of course, if you guys have been interested either in the upcoming iPhone 15 or have ordered one, already have one in your own hand itself, let me know if you guys have any issues or are concerned on the upcoming issues themselves. So first and foremost, we are not seeing some good news. Now, we've been seeing some very viral news coming out over here from other big tech reporters, and I'm going to kind of highlight and showcase up some articles over here from Gizmo China, and just people kind of just actually doing some big research, because the efficiency has not been doing so hot. Heat sinks are kind of being destroyed, and yeah, so basically the iPhone 15 Pro Max is reportedly experiencing severe overheating issues right now in the consoles themselves. So the iPhone 15 Pro is shaping up to be a powerful device. We saw things kind of tied in with them even having AAA gaming being able to be played on the consoles themselves. And when I say consoles, we just mean the iPhone in general, which is actually comparable to the current generation consoles like the PlayStation or Xbox. We may make a video on that in the very near future, depending on, well, if you guys want to see it or not. But right now it does kind of seem like the big next major chipset is trying to go and kind of bolster into the gaming market. But one thing gaming, especially consoles, have run into issue-wise is always heat sink, heat dissipation, and as well overheating. Remember back in the Xbox 360 era, the red ring of death, or think as well for like the PlayStation. My own PlayStation 5 when it first showed up actually had a perpetual issue that caused it to be crashed due to really bad soldering and also bad heatsink issues. And as well, the other future iterations of PlayStation consoles have gotten smaller and smaller due to them trying to optimize the heat sinks as well in the consoles. And that's one thing that we've had a really good repertoire with the old gaming consoles, and something that iPhones may actually run into issues too as well. I've been going into a bigger deep dive into VTubing as well, and a lot of just the general big phone processes are becoming more like a little laptop or computer, and overheating is a very big issue first and foremost. But the iPhone is actually a very powerful device, and this brand new iPhone A17 Pro chip manufactured by TSMC is actually now being prone to overheating, even with just casual, regular use. And this is actually concerning for me because I just bought an iPhone myself. So the A17 Pro is Apple's, and in fact, world's first 3 nanometer chip, which is nice. It's big improvements, better just efficiency, all that type of good stuff when it comes to those big technical terms for microchips. And while this contributes to increased performance, it also seems to be causing the chip to overheat. So tipster Revenjunus, probably said it incorrectly, tweeted back in March that TSMC was struggling with the 3 nanometer process. And as a result, Apple may have lowered its standards now for this upcoming brand new chip on the Pro, which once again is scary for me. This means that Apple may have accepted chips that otherwise would have been rejected, which is horrible for quality control and also really bad for consumers. So recently, Raven just also shared a heat map of the iPhone 15 Pro, which you guys can see literally right above me, that shows the area around the A17 Pro chipset is unsurprisingly the hottest, with temperatures reaching 48 degrees Celsius or 118 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, well, if you guys know anything about technology, prolonged heat exposure is never good. It's a lot more extra wear and tear, might be bad, might actually go and melt things like the actual like soldering that's inside the internal phone, a lot of big issues with it, potentially, depending on how it kind of goes, where it's actually affected by, etc. Basically, I look through the actual heatsink itself, like it's very obviously noticeable. Like, and also don't forget too, if you use the phone or you're proactively doing it for gaming, you don't want to have a hot phone. If you're doing things like VTubing, as I mentioned, for Twitch streamers, it's not good. So this is not a good thing nonetheless. So YouTuber Vadim Yorovegvi, which I hopefully said correctly, believes that Apple increased the wattage of the A17 Pro chip to achieve the benchmark results it wanted, but this increase in power consumption may actually lead to a lower battery life as well, also causing the phone to also heat up more quickly. So that's number one, really bad for prolonged usage, if this is all true, and also two, really bad because you don't want your phone just being hot. Then also, this is me speculating, also may lead to issues of maybe even like internal, like say, like battery damage, or even burning out the actual chip, motherboard, or even just ruining the phone itself. And well, this is what a lot of these comments have actually had to go and say. So using this as a proper reference, we have Vadman saying, exactly what happened. TSMC didn't have good enough 3nm chip yields, so they had to lower their efficiency standards to accept more A17 Pro dies, like the die chips, on the internals, like basically the hardware internally, which otherwise have been tossed in the trash. So Apple lowers the efficiency goal across the board, which led to chips that weren't much more powerful than before. Because of that, Apple pushed the watts as high as they could in order to still show a decent improvement in benchmarks for marketing. However, the high peak power usage is leading to lower battery life than we expected on the same brand new chip. It's also leading to more thermal throttling than we expected as well. So next year, the A18 will be built using TSM's new process, which probably has much higher yields, so the efficiency goals can be kept very high. We should expect more performance and better battery life. So right now, for someone like me who just bought a brand new phone on this, and I also have been on I had a Note 9 before, this is not what I want to go and see. So for now, the new GPU design and unique features like Metal FX upscaling and a more efficient mesh shader pipeline ray tracing will help the A17 Pro be a genuinely good upgrade for many though, so it doesn't seem like it's entirely all doom and gloom. But it also doesn't seem like this is like the big thing a lot of consumers are excited for as well. Now, we also had other various things too on top of this with the actual performance stuff. So since the iPhone 15 Pro heats up so quickly, it eventually will throttle the phone's performance to prevent damage to its internal components. Also, when the phone can get as hot as 118 degrees, which is pretty hot, it's hot enough to cause a first-degree burn, more so like if you have the prolonged exposure on top of that. So this is especially concerning because the iPhone 15 Pro doesn't actually have a better built-in cooling system, and this kind of goes back over here for Tech Tablets, who did a little bit more extra research highlighting over this, stating, I can confirm the iPhone 15 Pro Max A7 Pro throttling is bad. Apple needs to cool this chipset properly. Just 2 minutes is all it took to lose almost 25% performance to drop to almost 34% after 20 minutes of the GPU load. And yes, these scores are amazing for a mobile chipset, but it is also saying too as well, just being throttled. So you guys can kind of see through the stress tests over here, you can see the performance going down a little bit over time versus also the performance range too as well. So I may not be fully reading it 1000% correctly, but for everything we've had a chance to see, it seems like it just kind of goes and gets hit really quickly too as well when it comes to this. Very intriguing to go and see. So basically, they have also confirmed that the Pro throttling is bad. And as you guys kind of read through all the stuff, it's just not something consumers want to see. If we want to go for a brand new phone and you want to try to go push for more, better, I guess, actual optimization, actually using this for games, actually having graphics, doing ray tracing, you need to make sure the performance, number one, doesn't take too much of a hit, but as well also long-term usage of the phone is a very important process, because you don't want to buy a brand new iPhone and have it be completely just thrown in the trash, battery life wise, or even just being burned, or even actually being burned yourself from just a 2 to 3 year long process. If I want to buy an iPhone, I'm expecting it as a brand new consumer to last maybe at least minimum 4 to 5 to 6 years if I can. And that makes me happy because I want to be able to go and enjoy this. I want to be able to go and have my phone. I want to enjoy the Apple quality. And if they don't let me do this, and I'm seeing all these performance issues and et cetera, as a new consumer, I am worried. I almost want to maybe even return my Pro and just go get a 15 and maybe save the extra $200 and maybe try to get a different one in the future. And as well, if there's going to be other issues, I'm worried about my phone that might be coming in a few weeks, because what if it's the same batch? What if this is like a faulty phone? What if I've actually been sold, a mediocre quality phone that I might end up regretting? Because I want to use this for different stuff, like say on my Twitch stream, where I want to maybe become like a VTuber and do fun VTubing models, which would be me using my phone for my Apple facial recognition tracking. Or as well, if I want to use this for vlogs and maybe make future vlogs for my YouTube channel, or even do it on my Twitch and do in real live streams on my Twitch channel. These are all things that are concerning because I want my phone to be able to run for a very long time, so I think over 6 hours, but mainly just because I might be a higher, more power usage for business, quote unquote business, if you count Twitch or YouTube as business. I'm also very concerned too as well for anyone who might just use it casually. Let's say they're trying to go push more for gaming. Gaming is very intensive on the hardware, and if you guys have seen like your PlayStation, PS4, PC, laptop, Xbox, whatever, over time, you probably realize it does get a little bit more hot, it is using more power, and things are it could still be efficient and performance-wise be fine. Over time, it does go and slog more. So let alone the fact that the chip is already running hot, there is basically no huge built-in kind of, I guess, quality control to make sure that the heat is dissipating well, and everything all put together is a very, very scary situation to be in. So I'm very curious on your thoughts. If you guys have gotten the brand new iPhone 15 or even the 15 Pro, have you guys run into issues so far with heat, with issues, with performance issues, battery life issues, or anything in between? Do you even like it? Or as well, have you guys been one of the rare folks who have no big major issues? I'm a little bit concerned about mine. I hope I'm not going to regret it, and I'll give you guys updates if you guys care about it, or if you guys want to subscribe for it as well. I'm not really too much of a big iPhone or Apple or phone channel, but if you guys do like this stuff, always leave a comment down below and let me know if you guys do enjoy it. And of course, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on for more of the usual gaming content. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below too as well. If you guys want to follow, would love to have you guys in either or, and hopefully if you guys do get an iPhone, it turns out great and you don't have any issues, and hopefully I don't have any issues too as well. Appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys up in the next one.